You can listen back to an Access Radio show that you love online. Dozens of locally made podcasts are free at accessradio.org.nz.
Welcome back to the Blackhouse on 106.1 FM. I'm Liya, and you're here with Peter and Sounds by Somewhere. We've got a special guest in the room today, but before we get to that, Peter, boy, have we had a busy week in Wellington.
Yeah. So if you know how to mute something, it's a great idea.
Yes.
That's just a clue.
I've got heavy eyelids from a week of being online and organising and getting this programming together. But anyway, we're here, and it's really good to see that there's a lot of buzz in the air around Wellington for a change. Like, I'm really, really impressed with everybody getting engaged.
Yeah.
For good or for bad, it doesn't. People are engaged.
Mm-hmm. It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. So, personally, I kind of like the Trevor Noah politics myself.
Yeah.
It has to come with a little bit of comedy, to digest everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. So let's keep hope alive, and all the mahi required to bring our African heritage community together would be really great. But let's move on now. Today in the Blackhouse, we're going to step right the way away from any politics today. We're going to have a bit of fun. We've got a really special, talented, uber talented actually, guest today, who many people may have seen at 2020 Africa Day on stage and at the after party at El Barrio. He's travelled 26 countries, 4 continents. That's including Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia. Performed in the African International Circus called Mother Africa Circus, Cirque Phoenix, Cirque Zuma Zuma, as well as street performance. He's performed for the President of Estonia, the Formula One in Qatar, for the King of Qatar. I don't know. The King of Qatar. They've got kings everywhere over there.
God.
Yeah. And also in the Emirates for football awards. Currently does drumming and dance in Newtown and Wellington. So I'd like to welcome to the show my fellow Tanzanian brother, Mohamed Ummi Shemi, also known as Modi to everybody. How you doing?
Very good. Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
Well, let's just start with you telling us about give us your Genesis story, Modi.
All right. Let's do that. My name is Mohamed, but many of you knows me as Modi. And I'm born in Tanzania. The little place is calling, I'm actually born in Dar es Salaam, but I grew up a lot in Bagamoyo, a very little village in there, very close to the coast side, which is we're very close to Zanzibar. And if you talk about fish and all sorts come from the coast and coconuts, welcome. That's me.
Yeah, so you know what? The first thing that I thought of from your bio was you must have so many stamps on your passport.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this guy, how many? Have you had to renew and get multiple? No, because, it sounds like you did a lot of extensive travel as well.
Yeah.
So what has been your journey in terms of, obviously, we heard a little bit in your bio that you were with the circus performance and that kind of thing. How did you get into that? Because that's a very niche thing to be part of.
Interesting, like in Bagamoyo, as I say, where I grew up, there's always like a local drumming groups, like it's normal, you know, like everyone who started drumming, everyone's jumping in, we all do things together. But we also have a College of Arts, which is many people coming from all over around the world to come to study over there about the arts.
In Bagamoyo?
In Bagamoyo, yeah.
Okay.
Where I grew up. Yeah. And then for me, we always like just dancing around. I never thought about to take that as a serious thing, you know. And I remember one day, like there was a Canadian foreigners who came around to visit around in our village, and then they saw me, I was playing malimba things, and then they were so interesting, take a lot of photos and ask me questions, but at that time I don't speak any English. I don't know how to, you know, respond to them. And then they tried to find someone who can translate, you know, for me. And yeah, they came here and they asked a few questions, and they want like to take me to the Canadian Jazz Festival over there. And at that time, I have no idea. I don't know much about traveling overseas and stuff like that. And then that was like waking my brain, and I was like, wow, so you can use this art actually to travel around. And that's why I started to create a group, like small group with some fellows around the village, and then that was it.
Oh, wow.
And that's how we started.
That is so amazing. That because you mentioned marimba, and, you know, I'm from Zimbabwe, so, you know,
you know, you guys do the Mbira thing, eh?
Yeah, we've got marimba, we've got Mbira. I'm just saying, shout out to Google for finding out.
That's a cool one. I love that.
But, because, you know, it's a lot, because sometimes people really have extraordinary, like, experiences, and you think, oh, if I'm from a small village or something, that's not really accessible to me. And I just love that, you know, your story is like you meet a person and then they think, you know, like, you know, you've got a lot of talent that we could show to the world. Like how was that transition? So like you were able to then meet this Canadian person. Was the first stop for you was going to that festival, or?
No, actually they was the one who woke me up. So I couldn't be able to manage to go with them in Canada. But from there, and then when I realized, I was like, okay, I start to play very close to the College of Arts. Like,
so
always
in
like
the area.
watching them, you know what they're doing, and then I go home. I remember I used to take my my uncle's pots and turn them upside down and do drumming through the pots.
Right.
So making a lot of noise because at that time I didn't know how to make my own drums.
Right.
So I started with the pots, and she used to complain a lot because I used to make a lot of holes on the pot and things like that. Yeah.
So what age were you when this was like?
I was about like 9 years. I remember.
Oh,
wow, that's
like pretty like little one.
Okay.
At that time, yeah. So it's cool, drumming, and also like, you know, schools in our villages, they all involve culture and stuff like that back home. So we always like.
So you were kind of like that student that was there, but you just didn't pay any fees.
Nah, I didn't. I was like jumping around. I was useful because they also like always ask me for things. Like I'm a little one. How do you do these traditional drums? Like say a go-go singing the traditional songs, and I know all of them. So I'll be like, you do like this and just like that. And there was a time I think I started to charge them up for extra. It was a really cool time before the exams because they have to perform something too on the stage and they have to show something new. So they used to pay me behind the door so that I can teach them something. They can go to show that too in front of their,
the tutors.
That's
it was like really cool.
Bartering, but in a new kind of way. Like that's a resourceful thing to do. That's awesome.
It is cool.
And it's quite like I noticed when I was in Tanzania, it was quite typical to see young kids hustling. And making money, right? You see them like
we call Mission Town.
So it was quite normal to see like they'd have like a crate or something, and they have different things that they're selling, and then they're taking that money that they earn back to the family.
That's the same in most places, Like when I went back to Zim, and I was talking to one of my cousins who lives with my grandma, and she's like, "Oh yeah, grandma will send me to like sell these tomatoes, but then I'll like put the charge a little bit, instead of just $1, I'll go $1, but in US, and then she go change it to bond notes, and then you've got upselling right there." And I was like, "Bro, you're like 6, and I never thought about that." But she wasn't 6; she was like 8 or 9. But they have that kind of like you figure out a way to make things happen. Because nothing is given to you.
Hey, you got to survive in Africa, so people experience a different way. It's not like
So okay, tell us, keep telling us more about how you went from dancing and performing and teaching these students at the College of arts and to actually
26 countries as a professional.
Yeah. So at that time, like after that, Canadian woman just wake me up, and I start to hanging around College of Arts, and then me and my fellow, the people, my friends, like we grew up together. We start to form the band that was called Chivane. We were doing like traditional marimbas and singing and drumming and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I met with one man whose name is Winston. He was the guy from Zimbabwe.
Oh,
I know. He's a shout out for
influential.
He's the one who opened the door too, because he's the one, the founder of Circus Mother Africa.
Oh. Right,
so when he came to Bagamoyo, he saw us. We perform because we have festive every September in Bagamoyo. So if you want to go to Tanzania, September's a good time for Bagamoyo. It's really good because you can enjoy all the culture and tradition, like everything come together.
And is that the only place in Tanzania where they're doing that, or is it something that they're doing all across the country?
Oh, it's
like those big festivals.
It's everywhere. There's a Zanzibar, which is they call Sauti da Busara, the Voice of Wisdom. Also, they do in February, which is also, if you want to escape for the heat place, it's pretty cool to go there in Zanzibar in February. It's really nice. But the famous one are those. You find Sauti da Busara or Bagamoyo Festive, which is
they're the big
they're the bigger one, because it's massive, man. And it's really nice because you find everything you want to know and to learn. It's really cool.
Okay, well we're gonna just stop you there because we're going to introduce our first song of the day.
All right.
And this is a song from a guy called Mike Acox, who's an artist in Sydney. He's of Ghanaian background. And he's had a few tracks over the last few years, and he's back with a new track for the start of 2021 featuring another Ghanaian giant called Stonebwoy. You're definitely going to want to add this to your playlist.
Yeah.
This is Mike Acox featuring Stonebwoy with their track Super Mario.
I wonder, feel it. Me no wanna want me, yeah. Don't want me, Bobby, yeah. And I dream me, want it, yeah. My God, no, yeah, you see me. Oh no, you go, my God, no, yeah, you see me, oh, go, yes, don't play me like Super Mario. Don't do me like Super Mario. Man, I cool like Super Mario. Man, I star, man, I fresh like Super Mario. Don't do me like Super Mario. Don't play me like Super Mario. Man, I star like Super Mario. Man, I cool, man, I fresh like Super Mario.
Big sister Mario, if you are wanna marry you, put my life on the bloody line, make you never play me, yo. Touch my body, yo. Feel my heartbeat, oh. Pump up the belly, yo. Big one fun bikini, yo. Girl, you know, I got the money. I do your umbrella when you rain. Give me the wine, I'm gonna make it rain. But I want champagne for the pain. Tonight, nothing go pamper you, ain't over you all day. I see the light for your eye, that's why I wanna love you for life, for life.
Don't play me like Super Mario. Don't do me like Super Mario. Man, I cool like Super Mario. Man, I star, man, I fresh like Super Mario. Don't do me like Super Mario. Don't play me like Super Mario. Man, I star like Super Mario. Man, I cool, man, I fresh like Super Mario. My God, no, yeah, you see me. Oh no, you go, my God, no, yeah, you see me. Go, yes, don't play me like Super Mario. Don't do me like Super Mario. Man, I cool like Super Mario. Man, I star, man, I fresh like Super Mario. Don't do me like Super Mario.
Awesome, and we're back. Shout out to the Ghanaian brothers with that. Super Mario, loving it.
Yeah, good song.
Yeah,
I've been listening to Mike A. Cox for a while. Actually, Solo's done some music production for him before, so yeah. So, yeah, he's pretty cool. Anyway.
So coming back to, obviously, you were telling us a little bit about, just finding out, this opportunity that's coming available. You're building up your talents. You're part of your local, performing arts school, and at least in a hustle kind of way. Yeah. And so how did you then transition to get linked up to the circus? Because you mentioned your friend that linked you to that.
Yeah.
Did you have to audition to be part of it?
Oh, actually, no, because as I was saying, this guy, the Zimbabwean manager who saw us in the Bagamoyo Festive, and he was so interesting and come and talk to us, and was like, Moody, planning to start the circus in, going around first in Tanzania, and then we go around a few country neighbors, like Kenya, Uganda, and whatever. So, yeah, and he just says, but it's going to be a little bit different because we're going to do... traditional dance, but traditional local dance back home, no one has a dressing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You just move it in and jump in with whatever you have,
Yeah.
Or instrument, we don't really taking good care of them that much. Some of them, they don't look like a really nice professional way. So he just translated just to make it all those in a professional way.
Yeah.
There you go. Clean, good tradition, but in African costumes and stuff like that. And then you're gathering few countries. You gather Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia. And I work with so many South African. So he took people everywhere. Yeah. And then, with all the traditions and dancing and all sorts, and we gather together.
So he was actually going around Africa recruiting people.
He's going around like that, looking around.
Talk about supporting local, eh?
Yeah.
That's
a whole
awesome.
new level,
Really And to be honest, you find a lot of good, talented people from the local. Because some people are doing really amazing things over there, but they can't be seen.
Yeah, well, I remember walking through some of the marketplaces, in Dar es Salaam at the beginning and end of what is it? Nelson Mandela Nelson Mandela Highway or whatever. I think it's Nelson Mandela Highway.
Yeah.
And there's a market at one end and a market in Dar es Salaam. Yeah, and often you'd see guys just doing acrobats and
on the street,
street acrobats and stuff like that. There was a lot of that going on. Maybe explain what kind of circus it was that you performed in.
As usual, when you say word circus, immediately people they think about, wow, there's a lions there and everything, animals involved. Yeah, there's that type of circus, but the circus we were doing, he was trying to embrace the African culture and show what Africa they have. So that means including dancing, singing, acrobatics, showing off a fashion show too. I remember we used to dress he used to design very nice clothes, and then we also walking around just to do the fashion show. So it was he was bringing all the African feeling, the African theme. Yeah. And then that's what was more attracted to wherever we were going. It was bringing on. So sometimes I remember one day we were in France, and then the place where we were performing, we put our tent. Also, the next one, there was the guy who also put his tent, doing the dinosaurs, kind of circus things, they make these fake dinosaurs, but they kind of move.
Mechanical sort of
kind of things, and it was really cool. But we were just worried, oh my God, we're going to compete with those guys. What is going to happen here? Because they are also very big. But the time when it started for us, we got all the audience from them to come to us.
To come to your one
and then the next day they quit and they cut everything and they move away to another city from that. Because, we brought something different. Yeah, despite of those animals. And you hear how many times, yes, it's safe. They try to make a lot of health and safety thing for the circus that involve animals. But there's always something will happen.
Right.
Because, you can't predict with the animals, when they're going to turn or something.
Yeah.
So, that's a different of circus we're doing.
So it's almost I'm sort of imagining in my head, it's almost what tours here on occasion is that Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of that.
Yeah, okay.
They do the same. They more embrace about.
But it's an African version.
Yeah, we are more African version of that.
How did they transition from kind of touring around like Africa to then getting into the international scene? Because I think a lot of people think, you know, how do I grow something that is just, you know, home, and then how do I get an international market appeal? Or you always think that you have to be in the Western world in order to have that link. You know, so how did that transition?
Now there's a little bit different. Like if you were talking now 2021, there's a lot of channels like media, for example, it's helped a lot. And also like despite the media also, you have to put your proposal, like what your vision is, because there's a lot of people over there, like they are willing to support anyone. Just bring me something that, you know, it can move me. And this guy, the Winston, the one I was saying, he go all around, he spend his own money, like go around the countries around in Africa. Convince them and then take the details and stuff like that and said, I'm going to make something. And then he actually, the first country I went to travel, it was German. We went to German. There was a guy there who was dealing with the minerals, like he's buying from Africa. He was massive, like a business person. And he's the one, he gave him idea that, hey, I know you have money, but I have an idea. And this is how it goes, like this. And there's a clip of videos, and that guy was falling in love.
Right.
From there, that was it.
Yeah. So he became like the sponsor for you guys too.
So from one sponsor, like he get many of them, and then we would just get paid under him, and then he's get paid from his own, you know, sponsors. Yeah. So that's how he grow bigger. Yeah. And now he's really, really big person. Like he's been helping.
So he's still promoting these cirques. I suppose we call them cirques, not circus. Or they are circuses.
Yeah, they're circus too. Yeah. So now like they got they're doing, because things of the pandemic, what's going on. Only in Tanzania now, that's one of the countries that also is safe to be there. So now they put all back everything in Tanzania. So in Tanzania, as we are speaking now, there's a Circus Mother Africa is going on over there. So you can check it on YouTube or on Facebook, Circus Mother Africa, and they got some talented people. Like he still try to help those local people, you know, around this going deep villages where not many people going, because
and is that just providing local entertainment and something different for people out in the townships that are a lot further away from the main centres, and
just to grow them up, you know, stage by stage. Like for the way I see, like myself, I was happy just in my local village, just performing and dancing, get few $100s, and you just like, yay. I never thought about, like, you know, go
making it like a career.
Until like that time when he just came up and just like, hey, I can make this way, and we can do, if you can find me this type of people, and we can work together. And that was it. That's how it started like that. So it's really amazing.
So what would you say are the pros and cons of what did you like about it, and what was difficult about being in the circus and traveling constantly?
I mean, honestly, the biggest thing that I loved about it, or I liked it, is the traveling, the opportunity, because you don't pay ticket. You don't pay accommodation. You don't pay for food. Yeah. All you do is bring you out over there. Yeah, it's all provided. It's
That's
part of the contract.
Awesome. Yeah.
So all you do is just bring you out over there. You perform. You know your time is from this time to this time. And that was it. So it was really best life, because all you have to do is just waking up in the morning, get ready, know what time is your show. That was one, traveling. The second one, it was how to feel luxury days. It was really fun, because I do remember one time we were in Qatar. And the funny thing is, like, we were in a 5-star hotel over there. Like, really, you find big, rich people just like normal business or whatever it is, they are there. And then we're just right there just to perform. And then we are living in the same hotel. And I used to make fun of it, because in the morning when you go to buffet to go to have a breakfast, you find all of them sit and dressing nicely and everything look
they're all
shining,
dressed up for breakfast.
And then here come the Africans with their slippers and short pants, like
the performers, the creatives.
So they used to wonder, like, who are these guys? What are they doing? You know? But that used to make me feel really good.
Because in Qatar you performed for the football awards.
Yeah, it was the African Football Awards.
Oh, so that's all of Africa competition.
Yeah, they were involved in all the African footballers. For tournament after the World Cup finish. Right. Yeah, to try to find who was the best one.
Which World Cup was that?
That was the one before the South African one, the one in German.
What year?
Jeez.
Oh, jeez. You bring me back now.
Is that a while
the
ago?
numbers. Yeah, it's a while ago.
Okay.
Because before that, then South Africa, then it's moved again and again. So yeah, after the German one, when I was in German, that's after moving back, and then we got to that. So yeah, it was good like that way. So those are mainly the things that I found really interesting, like really I enjoy about the circus life. And also meeting people.
Right, that would be a big plus.
Big education, like really you meet all sorts of people. And then I used to enjoy myself because like the way you see the face of audience, so when they look at you, when you perform, and then they end up getting outside before sign up your autograph or something, and the way they talk to you, they ask you a question, they want to know more about your culture, asking questions about so many certain things. That was really interesting for me. I really enjoy those. Yeah, those moments was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious too to know what was hard.
What was hard? Wow. No, to be honest, like I couldn't find anything that hard, despite like, there's always ups and downs. Like, you left some important instrument, like in the plane, another plane, that goes somewhere else, stuff like that. Oh, like the other one was like sometime to fight. Meals, food, people. Oh, food for me is very important too. So we used to struggle. Africa, if you don't learn to compromise, to learn to adapt to other things, the way like you use with your staff, we use with garlic, salsa, and stuff like that, and then boom, there you are, you're in maybe Russia, and all they eat is soup and bread and
bread, right?
And I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? Yeah. So that was really hard. Like we were always struggling about the food. Like many people get like stomachache and everything because of the food.
And also you're using up so much energy and calories in that just performing, because it's physical performance.
Oh, it is.
Foods would be really important that you get the right nourishment.
Yeah, that's true.
So people had to were they kind of like, oh, I need this, but I can't get this. So what did you do? How did the compromising happen?
Then after we talked to the boss, like after a few country travel, and then the next thing we were like, all right, I think we need to do something about this. So we all gathering together. And just we got to our boss, Mr. Winston, and we're just like, nah, man, we're not going this place unless if we are moving somewhere, we buy our own food from home, we travel with them. So that's what we were doing.
Was there any issues with taking it across?
Customs, I was like,
customs,
this that is a circus and his bomb, I don't know how he does that, to be honest. But at the end of the day,
maybe he was paying people.
Let's not.
Yeah, at the end of the day, to be honest, we were like brought in all the food. Like, they used to check them out to make sure like nothing is brought in and stuff like that.
Yeah, because New Zealand's such a nothing gets in.
You guys are scary, man.
New Zealand and Australia are hard out.
Yeah, when it comes to food and stuff like that. Yeah,
I've been given a warning. I remember before coming to New Zealand, do not bring banana. I was like, what is a banana? And they say, if you bring that, you're gonna be charged.
You get charged like $500 at the airport.
Wow, for a banana.
Because banana you can cross. Okay, I might be being dramatic because I've got the flair for the dramatic, but you will pay hella money that you regret paying. Yeah, what I'm saying is even if it's $50, you're gonna kick yourself about it.
And did you know even the one you bite it and then you leave it half of it?
Yeah,
well, like an apple.
Yeah, like an apple. That can charge more. And I was like,
you get charged. You could have a peel in your bag by accident,
right?
And you get charged because you didn't declare it.
Yeah,
right.
And there was a guy like when the day came, like he actually being charged because he carried the boots that has contained the mud that for where he was.
Right.
And oh my God, that was something. I was like, even the boot. So it was scary. Anyway, that's experience. When you move.
And they'll make such a fuss about like a little bit of dirt. You know what I mean?
No, you know what? It's not until we have a pandemic of locusts that come to New Zealand that were only found in Zanzibar in 20,000 and whatever.
When was this?
No, I'm just saying. I can understand why they'll be so mad about it. Because our crops are not ready for whatever we're trying to bring from wherever we're coming from.
I admire them for how serious they are. But also I understand why are they doing that. To be honest, they are all about protecting New Zealand. Yeah, because otherwise there'll be a lot of things already been dumped in here.
Well, I mean, like, we've got those wallabies down in the South Island, and apparently
possums too.
Yeah, they were all introduced species. Like, I didn't even know we had wallabies in New Zealand until I went to Australia. I'm like, what?
Huh? Wow.
We do? In the South Island, we've got like mini kangaroos.
Considering I can't go nowhere else right now, considering I cannot leave New Zealand, you'd think I would have travelled enough to find the wallabies somewhere.
Yeah, so
I should go to see that.
Yeah, I need to go see that. And then in terms of transitioning to making it to New Zealand, and obviously that journey, did you travel to New Zealand with your team before then?
Oh no! So here's what happened. That's from there. Life changed a little bit because my last place I was in Japan.
Yeah,
I live in Osaka. Beautiful city, very nice place to be honest. Very good food too, as usual again. But there I met a lady from New Zealand. I didn't know anything about New Zealand. Yeah, then that was my baby mama. Now life is going on, life is moving. So we met in there, and then we move again, go to Tanzania, and then we travel a few countries. Myself first, go to France, and I go to Russia again, and then in Russia she followed me to Russia, and then we moved like kind of that. It was like we following each other around until when she was like, get pregnant, and then that's start for us to think like, we should go back home. And I understand why she was asking that time to go back home, because she wanted to be close to the mom, to understand about the pregnancy and stuff like that. And you got to respect those things. So and that's where I came to learn about, there's a country, New Zealand, so let's move on. That was it.
We'll find out some more.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, definitely.
Because we have a new song coming up that we want to, for you guys to listen to. Is it Fodiso with the Running Lines? Fodiso, who's of Botswanan descent, but is based in Auckland. He's just recently released his banger of a debut EP titled Ep21 in 2020. This is his track, Running Lines.
Ooh. Praises to your highness, Queen Mother, that's Mama, Africa, have it, heard the news, we are magical, imagine that, spread the truth, learn the cues, know your plot, play what's hot, lift the views, light it up, solar power, sun kiss, tongue dip, in a golden love, molten silver, never to be broken. Coast to coast, catch me going boat to boat. I learned to float, same time that I learned to breathe. Otherwise I would have drowned in the sorrows of the older bros. They were colder those days. No lows on your eyes when we come to vibe. Shaka boy never come to snipe. But I look you in your eye when I use the knife. I ain't used to hype, but I'm used to life. It's cutthroat like how I lost the body to a 40 cop. They mistook me for another guy. One tear streamed down in a salty drop. I wiped away, true for another lie. Seeking maximum, candidness, fabulous. If you remain in his image, then killing us must be blasphemous. Scandalous, can you handle us? This black joy with a candle on, burning night, earning mind, channel on to the crew when I'm trying to put the angle on. Melanin, the melodies are medicine, the rhythm is pure life, pure life. Drum beat yelling, secure 5, go to the very least, I'm very pleased to score the bases, but my neck can catch oceans. Rooms knowing well that a heavy beast runs in my Achilles heel, but it's cool, I eat a steady meal. Wash it down with some ginger tea. Call it fate, call it trust. It is heavenly, that's the vibe. Best believe I won't be counter sheep. I just shut the way, sheer force you can't relate. That's fine, it's a different world. No hate for me living in a worse tomorrow. No way to try to enact the die. Within the fam like the Cody trees, it's only free who fight back. What the hell is that? Trauma. Plain and simple, I play nimble just to catch these curveballs. Running lines for those who get the code. Doesn't signs just for your iris. I risk it all and the love is timeless. Praises to your highness, Queen Mother, that's Mama, Africa, haven't ya heard the news? We are magical, imagine that, spread the truth, learn the cues, know your plot, play what's hot, lift the views, light it up, solar power, sun kiss, tongue dip, in a golden bowl of molten silver, never to be broken. The team they mad. See, let's not they try detox by turning off social media, but even if you succeed,
Hey, we're back. Welcome back to the Blackhouse on 106.1 FM. Hey, let's just carry on from where we left off.
Oh yeah, the story
for the rest of this.
I'm moving to New Zealand. And that's what happened. I've been here now like 5 years, going to 6 now. And then, we got the baby girl named Liya. So, they're living now with her moms, and I'm here in Wellington. So that's alive.
So, tell us about what you're currently doing in Wellington, and what are you when it comes to your artistic, creative background, because we did see you at Africa Day, and if people went to the Africa Day after party at El Barrio, they would have seen you on stage there. I saw you on stage there because I didn't go to Africa Day, but I was too lazy that day. I don't come out till after dark. No. But anyway, so like, what else are you doing here?
Mainly here now, I'm also working on the care homes. I've been studying here about dementia and Alzheimer's, and I'm currently helping old people, or people who are suffering or like have these things, because we don't like to call disease, to be honest. And also, at the same time too, like during my finished work, I'm doing my drummings too. So I joined with a group. It's called Moringa and Kubatana. So we do some drummings in new towns. And
what days are you doing that? Like, what days and times? Can anybody come along and join in, or what's the story?
Yeah, absolutely, because we're running all sorts. We're running a dancing session, and also drumming session. Simon is the one who's doing a lot of hand drumming, so for people who are interested, and Jenny also doing a lot of dancing too, and myself just try to grow besides, slow, because you try. They say you got from one step to go to another, so that's where we are at. But so far I'm happy, just hanging around and drumming and.
Oh, awesome! No, because how did you find that there are a lot of the music scene in Wellington was quite a good place to link up with other people, or are you just focusing on kind of the drumming aspect, other drummers, or?
Myself, I want more, to be honest. I do want more. But, the channels, like where to find it, and, like, to find the people, actually, it's really tough. And I've been, like I say, I've been here for a little bit, not too long, but 5 years is long enough. And all that time, like for those 3+ years, I've been just quiet down, just looking and see what's going on in our community, try to know more and learn about the cultures, because that's very important when you go anywhere else. So I'm expecting more, and
let's putting it out there. Other African musicians who are keen to join up, get your creative juices out there. We want to see a mashup.
We want to see some moves.
Drums meets Afro beats meets marimba meets this. So if you play something, awesome.
Or even the dancers too. Like I really love to teach in dancing. If anyone who's interested of doing the dancing, let's do something. Young Africans, all sorts, let's move on and do something.
And you bring that professionalism and experience to the task as well, which I think is really impressive. You must have observed organizing skills while you were on the
absolutely, and I'm happy to do that.
I think what's really cool about your story is that first it shows that wherever you're from, whatever your home is, it provides opportunities for you. You just have to link up with whoever is around you, so you don't always have to aspire, because we have this thing in the diaspora about if only I was in the diaspora, then things would happen. But no, people, I know plenty of people who are doing podcasting in Africa, doing all types of different things, and you can take your local opportunities and your talents, don't discount them, and like Modi was saying that you meet the right people and they link you to a different part of the world, or even just your local community there, creating those connections and then taking that as a talent to the world. So Tanzania, Africa to the world, here
we go. Awesome. I think that's pretty cool. And I think we got one thing too, we got to support each other too, despite where we're from and stuff like that. So we got to do things, say people.
The other thing I know about you, Modi.
Oh dear, what is it now?
Yeah, I know some other things about you, Modi. He's not just an amazing musician and performer, but he's also got some other little talents as well. One of them is handcrafting, building outdoor furniture.
Oh wow!
And I saw complete sets that he'd made, and I was like, I want one, but I don't want to pay. I want it for free.
I know.
See, this African discipline. discounts.
I know. I want the
asking
African
for.
discount.
No, you're going to ask for the
sister
Tanzania
thing. She brought the
discount. Yeah,
sister
you're
thing.
going to
Like,
start.
hey, you're going to do this. Yeah.
And also, he is a brilliant chef.
Wow.
You guys are calling that, but I don't call myself like that. I just love cooking.
He's a brilliant chef, and he's so brilliant. He takes over the kitchen anytime he's around the house. I just go, Modi's back. Right, there's the room.
Yeah, which is the kitchen. Always put in the kitchen. Yeah, I just enjoy cooking. I love to keep my hands busy too, like doing the hands crafting and stuff like that. So, and I love like the idea of like recycling things.
Yeah.
You know, many people are throwing things away, and I'm one of those like I'm looking, if I can put something over there, add the painting or whatever it is, it's going to be amazing, and that's why I love to do it.
Is this an African men thing or something? Because I've noticed that, like with my dad as well, like he's like refuses to throw things away. He's like, I'm gonna nail it together with this other thing, and then you're gonna make this other thing. It's like very creative about
I think so. Maybe the part of it too. Yeah, part of it because we didn't grow with many of these things. Yeah. So when you see like, how can somebody throw that? Yeah. You know, you can create something on it because that's how we've been raised. Yeah, exactly. Back in there, you don't throw it until it doesn't work at all.
So when we think people are hoarders, we need to just say,
there's a difference. No.
Hey, there's a show. It's going about the hoarder, man.
There's a difference.
No, that label.
But I mean, like, if they're African, they could just be being creative.
No.
We can't take that one.
Unless it's being turned into furniture that you can use again.
Yeah, unless like it's useful too.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he's done some, like, I've seen some of your pallet furniture, which looks so cool. And I'm serious. I do.
Yeah, I know. We're still going to make it happen.
That's awesome.
But, like, I'm just curious because, you know, like, I get mixed messages from women who have moved from Africa to New Zealand about what a man's role is with cooking. Mm-hmm. I noticed in Tanzania it's either or. Like, I see a lot of either or. And in some other countries, it's really the woman's role. Like, they put it all on the woman. I personally have never been a big fan of cooking. I've done it because I've had children. But, you know, like, if I could eat out every night, that would be me. Yeah. And I've basically, you know, like, taught my sons to cook and provide for themselves.
Genius.
It's an essential life skill.
So, like, what's your views on... just that whole male-female gender role thing about chefing.
You know, like for myself, I can talk about Tanzania. We are more than 120 tribes in there, but we all speak Swahili, of course. That's our mother language. And then there's a different cultures and tradition inside of those tribes. And there's myself, I grew. I see some of them, like, you know, it's these are men's things and these are women's things. And I'm more one of the people who want to do things opposite. Yeah. Always like, I love just to see when people helping each other because these making rules things, there's a good culture and there's a bad culture. And one of the bad culture is one of those when people believing like cooking is for only women's when they get married to their husband or whatever, or cleaning or looking after the house. But if you get someone who actually like do things together with you, that's really pretty cool. And I think we all should do that, you know, supporting each other because if they're all working, what's the point of you working the same hours or more than hours and then still you come back and you just sit with a beer on the hand? It doesn't go that way, you know? We got to help Africans, please.
I saw it reminds me of a Twitter rant from a Zimbabwean lady. No, it's this Zimbabwean guy on Twitter. I'm not, okay, whatever. It's still, I'm calling it out. So this lady puts up this tweet where the guy was complaining about how his wife doesn't cook fresh food because there's only leftovers in the fridge. Right? Like, there's only leftovers in the fridge, and he's like, so is this what women are like these days? Because I, from a Zimbabwean perspective, when I went to in my family, you can't get away with it. I think depending on families, it's different, right? Yeah. Like I grew up with brothers. I've been a feminist from day one because I was like, if I have to do this, they have to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, people debate that. We'll see. But then you see other people. We move to the diaspora, and you have the same expectations, but it doesn't work because you have so much more demands. But you know, he was complaining. You know, these kids only get to eat leftovers. You know, women of today. I'm like, she's at a 12-hour shift. You know, she's a nurse. And then you come back here, and then cook. And Twitter blew him up.
Really?
People are like,
I am so optimistic about the future now because I've always felt like that was some kind of some handicap because I wasn't a big fan of cooking. I mean, I can cook.
Nobody really is.
But I'm not a fan of it.
Some people.
At the end of the day, also, like, we understand, like, there was a culture from moms, and moms and stuff like that. But as long as we move, like you do, the longer we go, we need to see things.
Progress for what works for your environment.
Learn to compromise, people. We have to learn to compromise to each other.
And culture is so fluid, right?
Like, there's some certain people, like myself, I did that too. I brought my culture from Tanzania to New Zealand at the beginning, and then I have to learn how to adjust them. You know, for example, one of them, I remember I told you that story at work. Tanzania, to tell someone you're overweight is a compliment. Good compliment. I know. Don't laugh at me, ladies. I know ladies gonna hate me.
No, you're not wrong. Okay, in Zimbabwe they do that because it shows your husband's looking after you. Some weird concept.
Or you're wealthy.
Very compliment in Tanzania.
No,
if you're overweight, you know, like we say, wow, you are eating good, means you've been looked after yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're skinny, we ask you what's going on, what's wrong with
Are you stressed?
We point you. And then when I came to New Zealand, one of the ladies I was working with, I remember back in that day, and she went for holiday. And when she came back, she put
you're looking.
And I thought I was putting a good comment on her.
By saying you're looking fat.
No,
you're looking fat.
I didn't go that way. I said, wow, you look good. You put on weight. And oh my God, I will never forget this. That woman just tuned up there. And all I can see is just was tears are falling down.
My gosh.
Oh, no.
That was it. So yeah, we need to learn different cultures.
Someone needs to make a guidebook of what not to say.
We need to learn.
You can't walk around saying you're looking fat. No.
You can't bring everything in here.
Well, we're going to go to our third song of the afternoon. This is from an artist of Ghanaian descent based in Western Sydney. He blends both the worlds of punk and hip-hop into his own unique sound. His music's been featured on the global game giant NBA 2K20.
Wow.
This is Blessed with Superfly.
Ooh.
Walking in the sunshine, running from the one time, but that was only one time. Okay, it wasn't one time. You ain't showing up late. When you got a court date, suit and tie, I'm super. Woke up in a good mood. Sally full of cartoons, kitchen full of noodles, cause all we got is noodles. Dinner in my pocket, nothing in my wallet, you don't want no problems, no. Waiting for the one train, surfing on the subway, I don't suffer no waves, no. Take me somewhere where no one can break me. Somewhere where I can be happy. For now I'm stuck in the matrix. No complaining. Sunshine, running from the one time, but that was only one time. Okay, it wasn't one time. You ain't showing up late. When you got a court date, suit and tie, I'm super fly. Yeah, skating on the runway, and it's only Monday. Gotta get paid. We gon' be rich one day. Let's pull up to the servo. Coffee and a milkshake. Super fly, I'm super fly. Every day I'm coasting, living in the moment now. To every girl I ever ghosted, what goes around comes back around. Bustin' with the powers, hair full of flowers, your man's looking sour, yeah. Everything is groovy, living in the movie, broke but I'm bougie, yeah, baby. Take me somewhere where no one can break me. Somewhere where I can be happy.
Hey, and we're back. Welcome to the Blackhouse. We're in our final section now on 106.1 FM. Hey, the shout out this week is Paul Ubana Jones is in town. He's going to be performing tonight at the Wellington Museum. He's of Nigerian Brit background. He's based in Christchurch. Some of you might remember him from the 70s and 80s, performing around in New Zealand. And he's going to be starting there tonight at 8 p.m. and it's free. So get down and support him. It'll be really good to see, you know, like we don't often... I haven't heard of Paul Ubana Jones for a while, but it's really good to see that he's still around.
No, that's awesome. And thank you, Modi, for joining us today.
No, it's all good. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, it was an awesome story. And I hope it gives a lot of people hope about, you know, what you can do with wherever you are in the world, especially our African communities. You know, like take up your talents, don't discount them. There will just be the right opportunity at the right time, you know, when, you know, opportunity meets hard work and talent. So that's amazing. And then, so I guess your next big thing is trying to link up with other musicians, artists, performers.
Yeah, I'm still looking. I really want to support the African community stuff. You know, like as I say, I'm willing to share my experience, what I know, and stage present and all those, like to teach and stuff like that. So anyone who's willing,
bring that professionalism.
Absolutely, I'm into it. Like I really want to do that. Like
no, that's awesome. You know, he's made a living out of it, so he knows what he's talking about. You know, and so that's awesome. So if you're interested, you know, you've got us, you know, the Blackhouse on Instagram. If you want to reach out to us, we're on Facebook as well. So let us know, and we'll link you with Modi and his awesome people. And so let us know what you want to do, and we'd love to see it in the future. And then maybe you can feature again at the Blackhouse. Come along with your new.
I've got a question.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Would you ever, if the opportunity came up, return back to the circus life?
Oh, yeah, I love that. But, you know, once you have a family, it's a little bit, you got to compromise some things, you know. But, yeah, definitely I will. I would say I would. Yeah.
Would you ever consider creating a circus from New Zealand performers?
Yeah, absolutely. I can.
Wow.
Yeah. I really want that. I really want that to happen. But, you know, it's not easy to do that yourself. So, come on, people. Bring in the link.
Yeah, come on. You heard the idea. We said it here first.
So we could sort of like transform these like break dancers into circus performers.
Absolutely,
Well, you know,
anything is possible. They say nothing is small, you know?
Exactly.
So, anything is possible.
Your kid's been sitting in the house too long and you think they've got an inch of talent.
Oh, no, these days,
Jumping on the couches.
Let us know.
Yeah, we got to do something.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for joining us. It was lovely to have you. And just, you know, as a goodbye, you know, listeners, listen to us again. And we've got a song coming up.
No, not yet.
Not yet? No, we don't have a song coming up.
4 minutes to go.
Right.
Oh.
So, you know,
look at us on time. They say Africans are never on time for nothing.
We had a lot of stories, like we don't realize what time is going.
But there's like, I think, have you ever thought about writing a book about your experiences or having somebody help you write a book?
I do, and I'm still working on it. Honestly, I really want to like put all my experience, like from where the beginning of my life, where I actually start to be wise myself and see things. Yeah, I want to talk about that. I want to like share with the people what I learned, like what I experienced, because I believe like we always in my way, I like to speak out a lot because I believe speaking from my own example. Some people will learn from it, you know? Yeah. But sometimes I look like I'm talking too much from that. But still, I love to share that way. So, I do have a plan of one day to make a book and do that. Or even a movie. Actually, I was thinking about to make a movie of that. You know? Yeah. So that was it. That was good.
Yeah, well, looks like there's plenty of things to come from you, Modi, and you know, and when you do start that up again, remember who put you on the plug. Come on.
Yeah, we put you on.
Yeah,
and I'm still going to sit here patiently waiting for my outdoor furniture.
Yeah, you never know. So no, that's awesome. By the time we can get outdoor furniture, a book, and a movie. So just to round up our last song, thank you for joining us at the Blackhouse today. Cheers. And we've got KVK is an Kefka. Whoa. Kefka is an artist of Zambian descent, ex-UK, and is now residing in New Zealand.
In Melbourne.
Residing in Melbourne, but used to come to New Zealand.
Yeah, he used to be based in Wellington, actually.
Okay. He returns with his newest output, Heaven. It's a track that morphs as you listen to it with hypnotizing vocals by Kevka. That put you into a trance with hints of electronic production that keeps your head grooving along to the incredible soundscape. So listen out to Kevka Heaven.
And we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Trying to make it heaven. I just see my demons catching up. I just pray I leave them in the dust. I just pray there's room for both of us. Trying to make it heaven. I just see my demons catching up. I just wanna leave them in the dust. I just pray there's room for both of us. Take me to purgatory. This is my final glory. Don't mind waiting out here. I'll be patient over. Take me to purgatory. This is my final glory. Don't mind waiting out here. I'll be patient, no. Whole lot of scare, whole lot of pressure. Down low for the messed up. Holding our tension, holding my pressure. Poured out in the session, poured out in the session. Living this lifestyle, living this life I live. There's never no guidance this. How many guys die like this? I break your load and drive to the miss. Over high side, slide, not slip. All the nights I spend, crying the wrongs is right like this. I'm leaning, praying, dreaming on my way. Fumble once you cover, make a play. Had to trade displays off your team. Got to sacrifice to make a dream. I got sick of with the situation. Had to leave the city, new location. Call my mama, tell her I'ma make it. Call my papa, tell him I'm the greatest.
Keep listening to Wellington Access Radio on 106.1 FM and online to hear the unique stories of 7 billion people right around the globe and counting.